Hi, okay. Today we're talking about pens in how to be a great English language learner. The times I have gone into a lesson to teach and can I have a pen please? Can I have a pen? I haven't brought a pen. First thing you have to do as a student, if you're going anywhere, is have a selection, not a pen, a selection of pens to take with you. You need to be able to, you remember we talked about the importance of proper note taking? You can't do that without a pen. So first of all, let me tell you two things you should not do. First of all, pencils. Pencils are not good for note taking. You might think they're quick and easy. You can rub things out. You can rub your mistakes out, write again. But when you have a notebook and you have those lines across the page, the lines across the page are too similar to the colour of the pencil, which actually makes your notes harder to read. Remember, you don't take notes for today, you take notes for the future to look back on. And if they're in any way hard to read, your mind will switch off and your mind won't want to read your notes. So your job is to make it easy for your mind to look back on your notes. Okay. Likewise, I would not make notes with a black pen. Black is too similar to the lines. It doesn't jump out at you. It doesn't pop. Right? So, yes, have a black pen with you. Very handy for taking different notes, to separate something from something else. But mainly, where has it gone? Mainly, blue pen. This is my blue pen. Very nice, from Raffles Hotel. Blue pen. All my notes are always in blue pen because it pops against the page. It pops against the lines of the page. So blue pen for your primary note taking. Black pen for your extra stuff. Red pen. You should have a red pen. Don't write any notes with a red pen. Why? Because your teacher will use a red pen to give you feedback and corrections and marks. So why do I want you to have a red pen? Because it's great for underlining stuff that's really important. Red pen, really important for underlining. The other thing you need to have, these aren't pens, guys, they're highlighters. Have a selection of highlighters at your disposal. All my best students have a big bag, big case of pens. A selection of pens to call upon. So that they can highlight the important stuff. They can take great notes. And what happens, look at this. Look at this variety of colour here in my hand. That variety of colour comes out on your page, on your notebook. So when you go back and look at your notes, when you're swatting for an exam, when you want to remember something, when you're doing your homework, what's going to happen? You're going to look how attractive this will be to you. Look how magnetic for your mind to look and to read and to study again. Take a multitude of pens with you next time you go into class. That's the end of this little video series. I hope it's helpful for you. I hope it gets you learning English in a better, more productive way. And of course, all the tips I've given you in this series can be used for learning anything, whenever you're in a classroom. So I hope that helps. If you want the book, How to Be a Great English Language Learner, it's amazing. It's available on Amazon in hardback, softback and Kindle. And there are many more tips in there, far beyond what I've just talked about here today. So well done. Good luck. Keep learning.